Week 23 kicks off with the destruction of the leg trap. We can see the boys destroy the trap with a wicked descending elbow, followed by a headlock. Can you remember what we've said about the lock-in? Yeah? Good. So you will understand why we only show where it is and not enter into the stop and lock process. We can expand on the luxaqueo a little bit later. In truth, we should be able to see the crank, but it's not our main focus here. But nevertheless, we bring this motion into play, and we will develop this area a little later also. But for now, step by step as always. Gusto shows the destruction of the trap, plus the crank a little slower, just so we can all see what's going on. Now we move on and develop one of the knee attacks from the back. Watch as the boys enter and take the opponent's back, then attack the lower leg with a roddy picker. It's not difficult to see that if tagged properly, this is definitely not good for the receiving leg. Most techniques when isolated are quite simple, but it's not the technique alone, right? It's the connection and the ability to see it in the fight. This is where the essence resides, in the connections. Gusto shows the roddy picker from the back in these two insert shots. It's simple, but a wicked attack. Now continuing on with the roddy picker from the back, the boys now add the ankle snaps into the equation. All this work has evolved through experience, and many hard lessons have been learnt in the process, but the result is an incredible method of learning, one that we can all share and continue to evolve together. Obviously, when training this kind of work, great care needs to be taken. You can see the boys are slightly loose on the opponent's foot, so as not to damage it in training. No, you must grab the toes in order to get the leverage. next two short clips, Husto shows the Roddy picker from the back plus the ankle snap. Evolving even more now, look how whilst destroying control 5 we open up another line of attack. This time as we attack one of the opponent's legs, he instinctively tries to use the other in defence. Only we have the answer waiting for him. Provocation is amazing. It's the old question and answer process. We attack with a question, they reply with an answer. Only through good training, we are many times able to predict their answers. In the next two short clips, Husto shows how we pick up and attack the other foot. Note, look how Husto attacks twice with the elbows whilst picking up the other foot. Okay, focus pads on and let's start to connect the work. We need to catch the timing on the trap destruction and understand where the head crank is, although it's not our main focus as yet. We need to really grasp the luxotobio cambiada, as this really is a cool answer to a common question. This is a great exercise, as they all are. We will find many new questions every time we train. This is good, healthy, and it's what keeps us going. Nothing is ever set in stone. Remember what we've said in the past about the yeah, but what if process. Well, if you ever use this line, punch yourself in the face real hard. This is to ensure that you never use it again. this final development, before we get to the changing of the jacket, we put the entire class together. We have many simple yet really cool attacks starting to manifest now. In the end, it is the simplistic yet ballistic mentality that ignites the predator within. Complex techniques are cool, but alone they are feeble and weak. Instinct always prevails. That's why we need to cultivate it constantly. Each week we talk about the connections and just how important they are. I think we can all really appreciate this now, as techniques alone are nothing more than simple choreography. Active pressure is where we learn to survive. It's where we start to connect the dots, and then the picture starts to get a little clearer. Have fun, but be careful with this week's Predator drill, as the work that attacks the knees and the ankles has its risks if not respected properly. See you next week for the final instalment of the green grade. Thereafter we move on and lift the level once more as we enter into the blue grade. Ciao for now.